Hallo und willkommen zurück im Kanal von Nonsense. I'm in Munich to go to the Munich Motor Show. I'm just going to take you along for the ride and show you all the upcoming cars that are at the Motor Show, or whatever it's called, the IIA, the Mobility Show in Munich. It's a car show. There are some new cars being unveiled. Here are some of them with Sweaty Tim in a big room full of men in suits. Mostly Chinese as well. Lots of Chinese people, lots of Chinese journalists, and lots of upcoming Chinese cars as well as European ones. I'm going to show you a bit of all of it. Let's go. I'm going to have a sausage. It's 8:10 in the morning in Munich, and there's a man in a giant furry fox outfit. I'm here for it. Right, let's go and do a motor show. This is the face, very controversial face, of the new Mercedes GLC. Look at that, it's got 942 dots. So this is being launched as an electric car initially, but there are going to be ICE versions to come, that's okay. And look, they've actually launched it in blue. It's not silver or black or grey, and it doesn't look like you've just crawled out of a hole in the ground. So this is being launched as the GLC 400 dual motor. The front motor will disconnect for more efficiency. It's on a 800 volt platform now, so 443 miles they're claiming from a 94 kilowatt hour battery in this. It's got Mercedes' usual haptic buttons all over the steering wheel, which I'm not a big fan of. Lots of screens, because that's what Mercedes is doing at the moment. But you know, looks fairly spacious and luxurious. Very nice speaker grills in the door there. It comes with a heat pump as standard, but that is the new GLC, and we're going to see probably petrol, hybrid, and maybe even diesel versions of this to come. And that is its very high-tech looking bottom. That's quite cool. Do you want to see the front again? You want to see the front again? Okay, we're going to start the rundown of the Volkswagen Group stand with the ID Polo GTI. So, yeah, it's an electric Polo GTI, but the kind of big news is in the name, because they've ditched all the ID2, ID3 names, and they're going to switch to the more recognized names like the ID Polo. We're going to have ID Golf, ID Tiguan is going to come as well. So they're going to do a big renaming of their models, but obviously this is still wrapped in camouflage, but you've got an illuminated red badge at the back. It's going to have 226 horsepower, still going to be front wheel drive, and they've promised it's going to be fun to drive with some entertaining chassis dynamics. I don't know exactly what. And here is the normal ID Polo. So electric Polo, going to be able to get it with, I think it's a 38 or 56 kilowatt hour battery. It's going to be good for about 200, 250 miles, I think. Exactly the same length as a Polo, 4.2 meters long, and they can charge it up to 125 kilowatts. And yeah, that is true of all of the cars I'm about to show you. They're all the same underneath. This is the Raval, the Cupra version. I'll show you the back. Trying not to get in everyone's shots, but it's utterly impossible. Let's go and check out the front of this. Obviously still slightly camouflaged. So there we go. The Cupra version of that. And this, the Skoda Epic. So this is a show car, this isn't the final form. But you can see it's going to have the tech deck face there. A bit boxier. So I think this one will have, you know, more rear legroom and more boot space than the others. Got Skoda's new rear light signature that we're going to see on some other upcoming models. That's the Epic. And now, down here, gosh, oh, what a bun fight. The ID Cross concept. So you know that ID Polo I just showed you? This is going to be the ID T-Cross. This is going to be an SUV version of the Polo. There we go, look at that. Lovely grey metallic paintwork, excellent purple cardigan thing going on there. Loving your style. That looks like an ID Buzz. That looks like Tiguan. And this is the new invisible ID.Polo here. It's the MEB Plus front-wheel drive battery and motor platform. Look how small the motor is. That is really compact, isn't it? And this is the ID Everyone. So this will be eventually maybe an ID Up or something like that. Would we see an electric tiny city car from Volkswagen? Quite like it. Now, although I am in the heartland of Volkswagen Group, Audi and all the German brands, you can't miss the fact Look, this place is packed to the rafters with new Chinese cars. So this is the Xpeng or Xiaopeng stage, and yes, I don't know anything about anything on here, but look, there's a robot. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm not going to get a foot fetish from that, they're a bit manky, but yes, this looks great. This is the next P7. Mostly it's got a massive head-up display, but yeah, let's go and have a poke around. So there's so many weird and wonderful things that I imagine will be coming to Europe in droves and selling very, very well. Xiaopeng P7 Plus, lovely matte finish. That's giving me slight Polestar 4 Ioniq 6 vibes at the back end. G9, more traditional SUV. This one scores points by virtue of having a lovely brown interior. Let's have a poke inside this. Look at that, nice small steering wheel, two-tone leather. I mean, that's Bentley levels of design there. Small screen, that looks rather nice. And a smaller G6 here. It is quite hard to remember the names of all of them when it's just a letter and a number. You need to give them proper names, like the, I don't know, boom slang, or the tickle bottom or something like that. Right, I'm going to stop chatting nonsense and go and find some more cars. One of the perhaps more interesting and slightly niche bits about Motor Show are all the startup bits. Well, not this is the startup area apparently, but there are some quite established names. But yeah, there's people doing electric motors, gearboxes, engines. This is Finest Automotive Technology Group from China, and they've got some interesting looking stuff that I don't fully understand. What is this? This is a motorcycle powertrain, 2-litre. What's this? This is a horizontally opposed 2-litre, 8-cylinder motorbike engine. 190 newton meters of torque, 113 kilowatts. I've never seen a horizontally opposed flat 8. Certainly not for a motorbike. That's mad. Right, obviously I'm going to cover the only motorbike at the show. This is the BMW Motorrad CE Vision concept. So this harks back to the old BMW C1 scooter. Do you remember the windscreen and the roof, and it has a seat belt, so you didn't have to wear a helmet. But I think under UK laws you did have to wear a helmet. This is a modern interpretation of it. It's got this kind of roof frame over it. It's going to be based on one of their electric scooters. I think it's the CE04. And yeah, I imagine they might actually do this with a proper roof and windscreen in the future, which is very exciting. Sorry, motorbike content on the car channel. I shouldn't be doing it, but that is quite cool. Look, there's a robo-bus. It's a bit small to be a bus. There's a lot of big electronics manufacturers here as well. There's big Samsung showing off all their driving displays, showing the difference between OLED and conventional displays for use in the automotive sector. So it's very trade showy. Bosch are here, 3M are here to help you stick your cars together. It's got it all. I kind of need a beer. And if you are a global corporate CEO and you've run out of plants on your stand, they've got a built-in plant service right here at the Munich Messe. Sorry, I need to find some cars. Over there in the distance is the new BMW iX3, which is the first production model of BMW's Neue Klasse of cars. So they spent 17 billion euros of investment to get us here. It's a new architecture, it's 800 volt, it can charge at a whopping 400 kilowatts, so you can add 217 miles in just 10 minutes, but you can only do that for 3 minutes. It's got a 108 kilowatt hour battery, 500 mile range, so this is the big news really, it's got a 500 mile range. Let me show you this white one over here. So this is a real big deal for BMW because we're going to see this platform underpinning the new i3, which is the electric 3 Series that's going to come out. 500 miles in a 3 Series? Is that the point where electric cars become reality for more people? I don't know. But anyway, this is 4.8 meters long, so it's going to be a rival for the Macan and the Audi Q6. It's dual motors. It's got bespoke tyres, which have 12% less rolling resistance. Interestingly, apparently the seats, or the front seats at least, are bolted directly to the battery pack for a lower centre of gravity. Can't see inside, but it's got a panoramic screen all the way across the front, which is something like 43 inches across, as well as a central entertainment screen. It's going to be about £63,000 when it goes on sale fairly soon, actually. And then we're going to get the 3 Series version But there we go, BMW iX3, pretty big deal. Back in the centre of Munich, just around the corner from Munich Sausage District, was the Cupra stand, this massive bronze structure, which apparently they're throwing away after they've used it once, which doesn't seem great. But anyway, look, it's the Tindaya concept car. This is 4.7 metres long, very aggressive exterior styling with lots of kind of folds and creases. So it's sort of Skoda Kodiaq size. Apparently it's got a 500 horsepower range extender, but look at that interior. It's got a glass triangle in the middle. It's a new bold direction for Cupra. Apparently this was the car they were going to try and break into the American market with, but they've put those plans on hold for now. I'm doing voiceover because the DJ sets were way too loud for me to think, and there were bright lights in my eyes giving me a migraine, and it was the end of the day, and frankly, I'd had a beer. But anyway, let's go back to me. Right, I've escaped the chaos of all the halls to end the video. Thank you for watching this. I'm just having a quick German refuel. It's been an interesting one. It's not the biggest motor show in the world. It's kind of 4 or 5 halls really, and it's mostly aimed at kind of trade and B2B, kind of part supplies and things like that. But it is interesting to see the German brands doing their best to bring out their affordable EVs, which is great, but they're just swamped, absolutely swamped by new upcoming Chinese brands bringing out cars faster, going to be cheaper. That said, I do still like what brands like Audi are doing with their concept. I'll stick some shots of that in if I don't get a chance to film it. And then Skoda with the Epic as well. And yeah, it's just been very interesting. Everything, nearly everything, has been electric, apart from a few things with potential hybrid options. And the new 911 Turbo, which I also haven't filmed and probably won't get to film, but that is, yeah, twin hybrid turbo silliness, 0 to 62 in 2.5 seconds, and is £200,000 now, but is a 4-seater, reasonably practical sports car that can do 200 miles an hour. So yeah, it pays your money with that one. It's quite interesting seeing them use the hybrid tech from the GTS. But anyway, I've just said that so I can put some screenshots of a 911 in an otherwise fairly boring video. Thank you if you've made it this far. Hopefully the audio hasn't been too bad. It's my first motor show as a journalist, which is terrible, considering I've been doing this for like 12, 13 years. Thank you for watching. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me the German word for "that's bigger than your head, roadie." I'll see you next time. Tschüss!